many forms of horror, but without a doubt, the worst is human nature itself. I know that because, unfortunately, I experienced something truly terrifying when I was a child. I was 8 years old and living in a small town. Back then, I had a friend named Emma. She was my neighbor. Every day after school, we would gather at her house with a few other friends. We used to watch TV together. I remember most of us were obsessed with a particular show, a program featuring people dressed in animal costumes. Everyone loved it, especially because of the costumes. There was something hypnotic about them, their oversized heads, the slow and deliberate movements, those gentle voices. But what was most unsettling were their eyes. That blank, unblinking stare that made you feel uncomfortable if you looked at them for too long. Although I must admit that, deep down, those mascots always scared me. Every time I watched the show, I felt a strange mix of unease and fear. Emma, on the other hand, was obsessed. You could say it was her favorite show. I always had a bad feeling about it, thought there was something disturbing behind those frozen smiles and clumsy gestures. But I never said anything. Emma loved the show, and I didn't want to seem like a coward. Unknowingly, that fear, that instinct, would be what ended up saving me. When the show ended, the other kids would head back to their homes, leaving just Emma and me. I thought we'd go out to play like we always did, but that afternoon was different. Suddenly, Emma pulled out some kind of magazine. She told me an older man had handed it to her, and to some other kids, outside the school gates. At first, it sounded strange, but the show was extremely popular at the time. I thought maybe someone from the production team was promoting it. And since it was a children's show, it didn't seem too odd that they'd visit schools to spread the word. Emma was excited. She told me the magazine featured a small contest, just a few questions about the show. According to the last page, if you answered them correctly and mailed your answers to the postal address listed there, you'd receive a special reward. I didn't want to disappoint her, so I copied her answers on a separate sheet of paper, pretending I was doing the same. But deep down, I knew that envelope would never leave my house. Emma sent hers that very day. I told her I had done the same, but I never sent anything. Weeks passed. I had almost forgotten about the contest. Emma hadn't. She checked the mailbox every morning, full of hope. And she kept watching the show every day, never missing a single episode. She seemed increasingly obsessed. And then, the day finally came. Like every morning since she sent the envelope, Emma checked the mailbox. This time, she found a letter from the show. She was thrilled. She came running to tell me what it said. It was an official invitation, just as the magazine had promised. The show would be coming to our town to meet their fans. The letter included the date, time, and location. It also mentioned that, instead of filming in the usual studio, they would record a special episode with the children who had completed the questionnaire, as a kind of gift, to certify them as official members of the fan club. Emma asked me not to miss the episode the next day, because she and the other selected kids would probably appear in the broadcast. I wished her luck. And although I didn't like the show, I promised I'd watch it. The day arrived, and according to what Emma's mother would later recount, they both got there at the time listed in the letter. Emma had even asked to arrive earlier, just to make sure she didn't miss anything, and so they did. When they reached the location, they realized it was some kind of parking lot. At first, Emma's mother found it strange, But once they looked around, they saw several other children who had also received the invitation letter, gathering around the show's characters. There were parents there too, and that helped her feel at ease. Everything seemed real. The show's characters were there, the kids, the parents. It was all going smoothly. Then, the mother of another girl approached Emma and her mom and started telling them that one of the characters had explained to her, and to some of the other parents, that the children had won a ride on the show's bus. The woman said that apparently, because so many kids had come, there wouldn't be room for the parents, and that the children would have to go alone. Emma's mother agreed, since she didn't see anything wrong with her daughter going on a ride with the show's beloved characters and the other children. It was important to note, those were different times. Back then, people had a different sense of caution and awareness when it came to strangers. They were simply less wary. Today, letting your child go off alone with unfamiliar adults, no matter how friendly or dressed as TV characters, would be unthinkable. But in that moment, once Emma's mother gave her permission, Emma happily climbed aboard the show's bus with the other kids. That same afternoon, I turned on the TV and put on the show, waiting for Emma and the other kids to appear. Until that moment, I thought everything was fine. According to what Emma had told me, the event started in the morning, and the live show would air in the afternoon. So I didn't feel anything strange. In fact, for the first time, I was actually excited for the show to begin. Once the show started, something truly strange happened. Instead of beginning as usual, two of the main characters appeared on screen. I thought maybe, since it was a special occasion, they had something planned. But instead, the characters spoke in a serious tone about the contest. They stated that at no point had the show's team or the network ever organized any magazine or questionnaire-based contest. They claimed they had never created anything related to a fan club, nor had they planned any kind of live filming event with viewers. They urged that if anyone had received or seen someone handing out those magazines, they should immediately tell their parents or a trusted adult. At first, I didn't understand. If the show's own characters hadn't created the contest or handed out the magazines, then who had, and why? I mean, why would someone go to schools and give those magazines to kids? Even though I was just a child and didn't fully grasp it, I had a bad feeling. A few hours passed. It was already nighttime. My mom usually got home late, so I was alone. It was normal for me to go to bed before she arrived. I went up to my room and tried to sleep, but I couldn't. Then I heard the sound of the door. Thinking it was my mom, I rushed downstairs to see her. But she wasn't alone. She had come with Emma's mother, who was crying uncontrollably. I asked what was going on, why Emma's mother was crying. They began to tell me what had happened. After Emma and the other children got on the show's bus and left for the ride, the parents stayed behind in the parking lot, waiting for them to return. But hours went by, and the bus never came back. Desperate, the parents started calling the police and explained what had happened. The officers quickly began searching for the bus, but they found no trace of it. That's when they contacted the TV show and the network that aired it, and learned what the characters had said during that afternoon's broadcast. There was no contest. The children had been kidnapped by strangers who had disguised themselves as characters from the program. Even though I was just a kid, I knew what the word kidnapping meant, and I understood that right now, Emma and the other children were at the mercy of strangers. The feeling was devastating. The uncertainty of what those people might be doing to Emma, or what intentions they had with the children, gave me chills. A moment later, Emma's mother told me that about an hour earlier, when she returned home to look for anything that might serve as evidence, she checked the mailbox and found an envelope with the name of the show on it. Inside was a very strange photograph. It was a photograph of Emma, standing next to someone dressed in a costume from the show. The smile on her face was unsettling, especially when I turned the photo over. On the back, it read, "Now she'll be the one to entertain us. She's our new show, and we'll do with her whatever we want."